Senseless violence. That's how Buffalo leaders describe an early morning shooting that left a 13-year-old girl dead. Officers responded just after 12:30 a.m. to Broadway and Mortimer Street. This is cell phone video from that response. The victim died at the scene. Investigators do not believe she was the target of this shooting. Tonight, Buffalo's police commissioner says this violence is part of a larger recent spike.
It's been warm. There's been a nice weather after a stretch of rain, and unfortunately there has been a number of shootings going back the past week, and they are all getting investigated. We have additional patrols deployed into these areas to put an end to this, to stop this escalation of shootings that have occurred over the last week. Like I said, unfortunately, you do get spikes from time to time, and it's how we respond to them to stop them that we're working on.
Well, while the commissioner references plans in place to address this violence, people who live around this morning's scene tell our Jocelyn Person public safety improvements need to be a priority.
Neighbors living here at the Forge Broadway Apartments are just devastated to hear that a 13-year-old girl was shot and killed in front of these apartments. And they're also saying that they want security to be in place.
A little girl lost her life. Here at 13 years old, that's just heartbreaking.
The incident you're seeing happened at 12:30 Friday morning, as police say a 13-year-old girl was shot and killed near Broadway and Mortimer Street. Some people living in these apartments say they heard the 13-year-old was running for safety. They say if they had a security guard in these apartments like they did before, she might have been saved.
They need security up here in the Forge. If they had security up here in the Forge, I believe that little girl's life would have been saved.
Some caution tape still lingers around this tragic scene. I even saw rose petals placed on the spot where I was told by neighbors her body was found.
There's too many kids in this building, there's too many elderly people in this building, and they're not stepping up trying to help us get security in here.
A neighbor tells me he knows the 13-year-old ran track with his son for School 59. I spoke to 17-year-old Kaheem Scaff, who says he typically likes to stay indoors.
You used to be able to come outside and just play. Now, everybody want to kill each other.
The Stop the Violence Coalition group plans to do some community outreach.
We're going to go over there in the neighborhood and see what's going on, and to be out late, it's got to be accountability on parents as well to know where their children are at.
Buffalo police are still investigating this shooting. At this point, the girl's name has not been released. Jocelyn Person, 7 News.